Hello everybody and welcome to my channel Living Cocoro. It's been a while since my last video. If you're a subscriber to this channel, you know the last video I posted was One Book July. Yes, that's right. One Book July was the last video I posted one week in, my thoughts on how it was going, and then you haven't heard from me since, and we are in early October. So the reason for that is there's been some health concerns with myself and some family members, as well as some behind the scenes reorganization and refreshing of my COCORO brand. Those things took a lot of my time and attention and energy. And because I'm really new to social media in the sense of recording and editing and producing content, I rely on the generous donation of my two daughters' time and attention to help me produce these pieces that I post on YouTube. Factoring all of those things in was the reason for my absence. So I apologize, but hopefully I am back. You will begin to see some subtle changes to my logo and to my brand imaging and terminology and colors and textures and content. So just know that there is change happening in this community and change for the better. What I want to share with you today are my final thoughts on my One Book July experience. That's something that I had mentioned I wanted to do since the start of One Book July. Because I am a certified Reiki Master Teacher, I do work with energy, and my personal philosophy is that I don't like certain energies to mix, and I like to keep certain things separate. And because that's sort of my core philosophy in every aspect of my life, I tend to have a lot of different organizers for very different things. But when I did One Book July, as you know, I used the Hobonichi Techo 2018 Cousin, and I really loved getting back to basics and getting back to the one book. So I started off by entering all of the dates following the liturgical year that Lisa Marie Landreth, known as Paper and Glam here on YouTube, offered in her digital download. And then what I did, and unfortunately I just can't share with you because there is some sensitive information written on these pages, but for the monthly calendar, what I recorded was upcoming financial obligations. So this is just for example, I just wanted to share with you. I do have some information filled in for the remainder of 2018 and early 2019, some commitments, financial commitments that I've made. So I just want to share with you. So what I would do if there was a payment that was due, I would write it, and under, of course, the day that it fell and the amount that was due, and then what the remaining balance, if any, there would be after the payment was made. And so I recorded all pertinent financial information. And that made me feel good, actually, because I was putting focus onto my finances. And I really haven't done that in a number of years because, as I mentioned in some previous videos, my late father had lung cancer, and my late mother and I during that time would go with him for his treatments and his hospital stays. And so I really felt as though half the time I was rushing through life and the other half I was sleeping through life. And it was, a challenging time for me where I don't feel that I really had positive focus. And I lost the systems that I had put in place and was using them intermittently. I wasn't, committed to the daily practices that I had set up prior to my late father's cancer diagnosis. And then it sort of went steadily downhill until I made the commitment to begin my daily practice, which I'll share with you in another video, and that has helped me. But putting a lot of focus back into my finances was key. The other thing which was key for me is I've also mentioned to you that I'm a spiritual person. I do, love my faith. I love my religion. And when I was younger, I had morning prayers. I always prayed before a meal. I had evening prayers. And I would be reading, I read the Bible, I read the New Testament, I read the Old Testament, and I was pretty hungry to read whatever I could get my hands on to understand, have a better understanding of who I was and how I related to the outside world. And I had lost that as well during that period when my late father was diagnosed with cancer and going through his treatments. But on the daily pages, and again, I can't share this for personal reasons, but what I would do is I would put down a daily prayer, and that has helped me tremendously. So anyway, that's what I learned. I learned what I was not focusing on was the spiritual aspect and the financial aspect that we need to put more focus on for clarity. And because I had allowed a lot of my day-to-day planning to slip, I didn't have clarity in a lot of areas, and I felt like I didn't have a lot of control. The first two pieces that I needed to focus on was the finances and the spiritual. So I can share with you how I'm using my Louis Vuitton desk agenda. When I first showed you this, I had the Hobonichi cousin in this, and I didn't like the way that it fit. It didn't feel right. It felt off to me. And I mentioned that I might consider using a disc-bound system, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. And I do want to share with you that I have decided that I am using a disc-bound system, and I love it. Oh, it's perfect. I'm using Levinger Circa discs. They're 1 inch. I have the portable punch so that any sheet of paper that I print out, I can cut to size and I can add into my system. Now I wanted this to be functional, but I also wanted this to be visually appealing. I wanted to feel good when I picked up this binder, when I opened it, when I used it, and I wanted to be encouraged to really record and be invested in my finances. So I have this card from Cloth and Paper, and it says, "May you always have hot nights and cold champagne," which I think is a very luxurious thought. In addition, I have some stickers from Cloth and Paper as well, and I put these here in the event that I need to follow up regarding any legal or financial matter. And then in the back, I do have some deposit tickets. So I have everything right at my fingertips that I need for finances. And this does not leave my desk. So there's no danger that anybody would have access to any private, sensitive, or personal information. So what I have here is a flyleaf, just so that I don't have to keep repeating myself. All of my inserts are from Cloth and Paper. I am not a representative of Cloth and Paper. They are not subsidizing me in any way. I absolutely receive no benefit from using their products or talking about their products. I simply love their products. So I just want to share with you the pieces that I am using, and everything is from Cloth and Paper. First thing I have is their frosted flyleaf. As you think, so shall it be. And then this Flourish, Be Bold and Extravagant. It's cardstock. And then I have the Frosted Plastic Dividers. It's the CEO edition, and it's wording in black foil, and it's schedule. And this is just the remainder of 2018. I have October through December, and the front page lists birthdays, upcoming events, important dates, and do more and do less, and I love that. And then we just go into the week breakdown. Okay, and this is where, of course, I will be adding any information on meetings or important notes, upcoming things I need to be aware of, all regarding budget and finance. And it's, you know, the same through November and December, as you can see. And then we go into another Frosted Flyleaf, Be Bold. And then it has a little quote if you want to pause and read that. Okay. And then I've just broken it out into, it's the same thing, 2019 Year at a Glance, an overview, which I love. And then they list the holidays. And then the layout is the same as I showed you, October through December 2018. And it just goes all the way through December. And then I've stuffed this, so please bear with me. I'm sorry. Then I have another flyleaf, translates into As It Should Be. And then we have lists, and I will have a list together. This is the intention for this section on days I need to make deposits or withdrawals or to make purchases or any sort of follow-up meetings, consultations, things like that. And then projects, those are overall big projects. We'll be doing some work to the house, so I will be tracking that. Finances will be, of course, monthly expenses in relation to our fixed monthly expenses, and then project-related expenses. And this is just the Ollie clip. And then after that, I do have goals and ideas section, and I will be including a list of goals that, you know, my husband and I will be discussing what they will be for 2019, and I'll include those in there. And then miscellaneous will be contact information on who we will be working with throughout the year, and there'll just be important contact information for miscellaneous, so that if we need to get a hold of them and discuss anything, or if there's any important information that we have to have readily available, it will be in this section. That is how I'm using the Louis Vuitton desk agenda for my finances and my budget. And there's two other pieces I just quickly want to share with you. The other piece is this. When I was using the Hobonichi Techo 2018 cousin for One Book July, I did realize that I was losing sight of what was most important to me, some of my dreams at a soul level. And I felt like I was losing, you know, a part of myself. And I was wondering where did she go? And in an effort to sort of reconnect with, you know, the person I was and the person I am and the person I'm becoming, I wanted to sort of have a journal / memory album. So I received this from Cloth and Paper. It's A5. The notebook was sent separately. I did include that. And the Chase Your Wildest Dreams, I cut out from an old Erin Condren back pocket folder. And I included it here because I wanted to remind myself that it's important, regardless of your age, to always, always chase your dreams, and you have the ability to make them come true. And in an effort to support me on my journey, I have another Hot Nights and Cold Champagne card from Cloth and Paper and an ollie clip. I have Your Glamorous, just thought I'd tell you, with another ollie clip, which I think is so beautiful. And then this would be the first page. I have Champagne Wishes from Cloth and Paper, but what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to fill in these champagne nights so you can see what it would look like. This Cloth and Paper card here, and then I'm thinking I might have little photos and write something here. I'm not sure. That's one way I'm thinking that I'm going to use it. But I want this to, as I said, be a combination of a place to put down my dreams, and as my dreams unfold and become reality, I want a place to record them. And so that's what this binder will be used for. Now, an exciting pre-announcement, if you will. If you notice from any of my previous videos, I always start by saying I want to share with you today. And that is not by accident. It is actually intentional. I intentionally selected that greeting with the word share in it because sharing is actually a very big part of who and what I am all about. And when I decided that I was going to start a YouTube channel and become more active with social media, I knew that there was a very big part of me that wanted to share with my community. And I want to share the benefit of my wisdom, the benefit of my experience. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. And if I know the answer, I absolutely will, be happy to give you an answer. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know the answer. But, however I can help you, I'm more than happy to do so. And I just wanted to give you a sneak peek. These are not all the pieces, but if you are spiritual like me and you've been thinking about maybe starting a daily spiritual practice, but you're not really sure where to begin or what to do, then I have a solution for you. I want to announce that I will be doing a giveaway. And that's because I wanted to share with you, my community. You've been so wonderful in supporting me. You've subscribed to my channel. Some of you have left some comments, and, I really appreciate you. And I just thought it would be so fitting that my first giveaway would be spiritual. So these are just some of the pieces that you'll be receiving. I mean, these are mine. I've ordered separate for you, and I'm waiting for them to arrive. But this is just a glimpse into some of the pieces that you'll be receiving. They are from Erin Condren, and again, this video is not sponsored by Cloth and Paper. It is not sponsored by Erin Condren. All of the things that you see here, I have paid for myself. There is no benefit to me talking to you about these particular brands other than I am just sharing with you the pieces that I love and that I honestly use and find joy with. So you would be receiving a gratitude journal. These pieces are inside, but I took mine out. You would be receiving the Erin Condren LifePlanner, and you will be receiving the exact same one that I have. And there's some other wonderful pieces that we'll go over next week. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I apologize that it was so long and that it's been a long time that I've posted. But hopefully that changes and you can expect a new video from me every Sunday. Check back next Sunday, a week from today, because we'll talk more about the giveaway and the pieces that are included in that giveaway if you're interested in a spiritual binder and, you know, some wonderful accessories to help you sort of get back on track and gain some clarity and gratitude and appreciation for life and joy and the people in your own community. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to this channel, turn on your notification bell, and if there's somebody out there that you think may benefit from this video, please feel free to share. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, and have a beautiful day. Bye now.